Hello.
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 Oh. Alright, well I guess we're not doing like a little climb there, I guess. How's it going, everyone?
I can only climb so high.
A little rat can only go so high. How's it going,
Yes.
everyone? I said
I
that
mean,
like
they can't
I
run.
fucking said that like I was like literally in my head I was expecting like a response like it's fucking Dora and I'm just gonna
They
be sitting
can't.
here.
Can't. Like, if they want to let us know how they're doing, like, they can hop into the comments and let us know. Like,
Yeah, they can hop into our wonderful comment
cursed.
section. Yeah. I'm doing good. I'm a little tired. It's a lot earlier than we normally record the podcast, but
It is.
I'd like to get it done, get more time in my day,
Yeah,
Stop.
we're doing it early also because I think we're both like eager to. The past week has been
It's been pretty rough. I've been having a rough week.
eventful. Eventful
Yeah, itself has
is
been
one way to
eventful.
phrase it.
Yeah, it's been I've been having a personally rough go of it, and the news has been really fucking hard to get through. So we're not gonna. I don't think we're really gonna go super in on the politics
A lot of
because a lot
things,
of it's
yeah.
old. Because a lot of new. It's not really a lot of new stuff has been happening. It's like few things have just been continuously going on, and because of
Yeah,
that,
so first of all, I will
yeah.
say this. I will open it with this, what I'm curious about. So I saw the front end of the story, but I didn't see the
Oh
back
yes,
end.
yes.
Trump and Elon fucking hated each other for a moment there, apparently,
Yeah, last
and
week
Elon
it was
called Trump out for the Epstein
Epstein, yeah.
files, and Trump basically called Elon out for being a corrupt capitalist,
And a drug
which
addict.
these are both facts that are widely known to the
He
public.
also called him a drug addict, which is
It's
really funny.
Yes, but also, once again, another fact widely known to the
I
public.
know, it's just funny.
Anybody with eyes and ears and a brain
The
between
the
them
worst
can
part
see that
about
both things have
the
been
worst
true.
part about all that was that you had so many news organizations trying to like be like, well, I mean, it's alleged that Trump was friends with Epstein, and like they're acting like the videos were
While
like the
showing
first time.
footage of
Yeah,
them at like parties
yeah, but
together.
they were like
What the fuck are you
they were
talking
acting like
about?
that footage was just now unearthed. Like, but no, that footage I've seen all that footage before. Like it's old footage.
It's
It's
been
been
on
released.
loops for the past five
Yeah,
or 6 years.
yeah, it's not new, but they act like it's new. So yeah, Elon Musk and Trump are in their reunion time. Elon Musk says that some of his social media posts about Trump went too far. The actual quote is, "I regret some of my posts about President Trump last week. They went too far. I don't blame him. This is Trump's response. I don't blame him for anything, but I was a little disappointed. Thought too much about him in the last little while." Oh, he had not thought too much about him in the last little while. Um, they're coming back together. I guarantee you. Some like
It's not
RNC,
their loss.
some RNC like consultant people or like strategists like were like, Trump, you gotta make up with him.
You
This
know
man's
what
got too
I'd
much
like to
money.
imagine? Do you know what I'd like to imagine? That like one evening, Stephen Miller appeared to both of them simultaneously and was just like, "You need to come together.
What if they did like the
Your
classic?
powers combined."
What if they did the classic like inviting each other to the same place so that they accidentally sit at the same table and stuff, like in a sitcom? Like Trump and Elon Musk both get invited to
But
like
like
Luigi's
all
Pizzeria or
of
some shit.
this is pageantry. This is like the fact that they're making up now. All of this is pageantry. They're playing with the people. This is like Stephen Miller's sitting in the back going, "Ah, ha, 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 ha," like maniacally laughing in his lair. He's evil.
Stephen
And like he
Miller.
has a snake for a pet too,
Stephen Miller
and it
really
talks,
is like the
and it has Gilbert Gottfried's voice.
like a fucking Iago.
Yeah,
Stephen Miller really
but as
is
a
like the
snake.
villain in like an anime. After you beat like the guy you've been fighting the whole time, Stephen Miller comes up, absorbs his power, and then becomes like this big hulking monster who you have to fight with like piano orchestral music playing as the fucking universe glides in on itself.
He will be remembered as the fucking Goebbels of the Trump regime.
Goobles. He's the Gooble. Gooble's like the best way to make fun of him. Gooble. You're not Goebbels, you're
What?
fucking Goobles, man.
Like, look, am I wrong?
You're not wrong.
Look,
He is absolutely the
if
Goebbels.
I'm obviously saying things that are quite extreme here, but like I don't feel like I'm wrong.
No, he really is.
Maybe,
He also kind of looks like him, like an American version of Goebbels.
yeah.
Yeah, no. God, what a fucking funny name Goebbels is. Evil, evil man. Probably like the most evil guy in the Nazi party. One of the guys who's the most.
Yes,
There's a lot of guys
yes.
who are pretty evil.
Like
He's like top
he
20 most
he
evil
he
people to ever live. He's got such a funny name.
he is unequivocally like because he oversaw all of it.
He's the propaganda minister, yeah. And he was Hitler's like best
Yeah, but
friend.
he had to know the things first in order to spin the
Yeah, he
things.
knew everything that was happening. He knew everything.
He he fucking had so much power.
Yeah, no,
Evil
awful.
fucking
Awful. He was
bastard.
also probably the smartest guy in the entire Nazi party, which is scary because he
I
was
mean,
so
that's
evil.
kind of what made him so
Yeah,
evil, though.
that's why. Yeah, it's exactly why he was evil. Like how Stephen Miller is like the smartest guy in the Trump presidency, or at least probably is. I don't know.
That's why I said he's
He's
gonna be
evil.
remembered as the Goebbels of
The only
fucking.
saving grace with Stephen Miller, and this is also true with Goebbels, is that he's incredibly emotional and defensive and really bad at direct confrontation. Like whenever a news reporter actually does confront Miller on something, he gets really butthurt and like really,
To be
really
fair, like,
defensive.
isn't this the trademark of like the kind of
That is,
fascist
yeah,
asshole
that
who'd
is the
rather
trademark
murder
of like an
people who
egomaniac.
then like
Yeah,
be
yeah,
confronted? Like,
a whiny
don't
baby.
disagree with me, I will cut your head off.
Yeah, pretty much, pretty much.
Like,
Um,
these are not
yeah.
reasonable people.
Oh
They
God,
run your country, by the way.
they run our country. Yeah, I didn't know that. And I mean, there's been some crazy stuff going on too in Los Angeles. I'm sure everyone's been hearing
Okay.
about this one. They've actually like left Los Angeles and it's spread all around the country. It's not. I mean, they're still in Los Angeles, but I mean, like protests have popped up in Seattle, in Austin, Las Vegas, Spokane. I saw had a bunch of activity, which is another city in Washington. Um, like there's been a bunch of protests, and I mean, I'm sure everyone has seen. One second.
Boston. A red
Austin.
state, you
Yeah, I mean
say?
Austin's like an incredibly blue city though.
I know, but like you kind of see my point.
Yeah, no. But yeah, I'm sure everyone's seen this video of the reporter from Australia getting shot by police for no fucking reason. Now, if you haven't seen the video, I want everyone at home to pay attention to the right, to the cop on the right of this
Left,
line, like the end. Sorry, the closest cop to the at the end of the line. This cop here.
left.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
like he's on the right most of the line. Um,
yeah. Well,
I guess I should have said
is the
left.
left
Yeah,
most of the
he's the
video?
cop here on the left. Pay attention to him with my mouses. He just stands there, turns, and shoots her in the leg. Like just for no reason at all. He
I
looks at
think
her.
that's what amazes me the most about it because, like, pause here for a moment, right? Like, what what exactly is it that he went through his mind
I can get a free
when
shot
he
on a
raised
press.
his hand?
I won't get any consequences to this. I'm just gonna shoot the press because I'm bored. I haven't seen anyone who can come by I can shoot. This lady's awfully close. I can shoot her and get away with it. That's why he shot her. That's why he did it.
Like, that's just pure evil.
It is pure evil. The LAPD is the worst police department on the planet. And I'm including North Korea and China and Russia. They're awful. Because at least in those countries, there's not really a real police culture of just like shooting people, right? Like they do their
There was a
disappearances.
police department somewhere in another state somewhere that was completely shut down and they had to move all their police work to another department
Yeah, it
because
happens a lot.
all the cops there were so bad.
Yeah, that happens
So
not
I
a
don't think
lot, but like
LAPD is the
enough.
worst technically.
I mean, it's the worst that's also comparative to its size. because the
I mean,
LAPD is
fair.
also
They are
the
too big to
I
fail.
believe I believe they are the second biggest, with NYPD being the biggest. NYPD, when they were disallowed from using like more violent restraint methods and stuff, the things that could kill people, they went on strike and like protest. And you know what happened? Crime went down when they did that. They thought crime would go up. Crime went down when they went on strike
Yeah,
because
well, I
everyone was
mean,
like,
that makes
they were
sense
all,
to
yeah.
me.
Yeah. Just like the police in America are so fucking evil. They're evil everywhere, but like they're so evil here. And he just shot her. And the worst part is she went on news because this is Channel 9 Australia or something, a right-wing
Yeah.
news organization. She went on the news and said that it was her fault she got shot and not the cops' fault.
Oh,
So like real
wow.
like abused partner energy here where it's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. It was he
Well,
was in a bad
you said
mood."
she worked for right-wing media, right?
Yeah, Channel 9 Australia, I believe.
So, which means that she
Yeah, 9
herself has
News,
right-wing leaning, like, ideologies, which means she's already, like, a self-hating woman, isn't she? Like,
probably.
look, I'm not trying to say this about, like, all women, but, like, if you're right-wing, you're kind of, like, saying that, you're worth the abuse.
Yeah.
Like, I don't agree with that sentiment. I don't think they're worth the abuse,
Yeah.
but, like, they're saying it is what I'm
I
saying.
want
Like,
to call attention to what, because like it's like a lot of people are saying, "Oh, she was standing in front of chaos." And when the camera pulls around, it's like so quiet and like no, but it's like empty. Like this is pretty empty for a fucking protest. Look at all this empty space and shit. Like it ends
this is
back
not a
here.
riot. This is not, like, throngs of people.
Yeah, no, it's like
This is
this
people
is not.
milling
Yeah,
around.
this is people milling around. There's people with cameras and stuff. Like this isn't the protest. There's people just kind of standing,
Like,
waving flags, and it's like, yeah, no, there's chaos behind her. Like this is what it looks like here. This is what most of the protest looks like. It's people setting off a couple fireworks and then people standing around like this. The protests are not fucking. They're not even as bad as the George Floyd protests, which weren't that bad. The worst thing that happened in all of those was that time that Wendy's got burned down. That was the only thing like during the
time that
George Floyd
Wendy's
protests
got
that was
burned
really
down.
like bad. What?
That time that Wendy's got burned down. Sometimes it's funny
It
not
is. It
living in
is. It is.
America.
It is a funny sentence. But people like rallied around that Wendy's burning like it was the fucking Reichstag. They were like, we need to execute every brown person in the country after that happened. I probably shouldn't say things like that because then they're gonna clip me out of context. I'm gonna get clipped.
I'm absolutely, like, collecting these moments.
Times that Riley said something racist on accident. proof
Eh,
that proof that Riley is actually the second coming
but,
of
like, yeah, that kinda leads me,
not gonna say it.
where that the riots kind of lead me to, and that is what we were talking about before the podcast, and that is the downfall of American society as we know it.
Oh, absolutely, we're like fucked. I mean, I want to
The
show
thing is that
one more part of the LA riots before we really get into like talking about how America's fucked because I think this also like exemplifies that. Um, but the Marines are being deployed with the ability to detain civilians. Um,
yeah, there's this as well.
it's really escalating, and it's only escalating from one side. As like one side stays the same, and it's the protesters not doing anything. The fucking U.S. government is responding with National Guard, then the Marines. Now the Marines are able to arrest you, and it's just like nonstop. That is an insane photo. That's a crazy photo. Like they just like, yeah, send in everyone. We need to destroy these Los Angeles
Like, this
rebels.
is the kind of shit you'd see in,
Holy
like,
shit.
third world countries,
This
right?
is
Like,
awesome.
but this is the sort of shit you'd see in, like, fucking
Like Brazil.
South America,
Like Brazil during
Brazil and stuff.
Bolsonaro's presidency.
Yeah, like, this is, like, Argentina type, like, level shit. This is
You show me this. Oh, they're wearing a typo negative shirt. You sh-
hey, typo negative.
you show me this image and I'm like, okay, this is in like Mexico, right? This is a protest against some like cartel killing or something, right?
Yeah, like, that's what it looks like.
It's
I mean,
funny.
this is ridiculous.
PSL. That's cool. Um, I mean, yeah, I'm fully on the side of the protesters here. Like they're doing everything. that they should be doing. This is actually a really good um, protest. Like they're really conducting themselves well, I think. I think like the best recent protests have been the college encampments for pro-Palestine stuff. I think that was probably the best well-behaved and like well-organized protests in the country in a while. Um,
I will admit there are some moments from that protest that I remember now, even now, like the footage that I saw, and I'm just like, that shit was fucking amazing. I'd have loved to be a part of that.
you know, my friend went to an encampment in DC, and they had a fun time. Like it was just fun. It was because that's the thing that a protest needs to do is it needs to attract people there. And like I saw a video actually. I want to see if I could pull it up. I saw a video where like they were like selling food at the LA protest. I just want to see if I could pull that up. It's a recent thing. Oh fuck! I forgot about one thing I wanted to show, but we could talk about that in a second. So, yeah, uh, this here, just someone selling hot dogs on the 101 in LA. Like this is the type of shit you need in a protest. You need people to show up, you know. But I also, I'm gonna save this thing for later. Hopefully, it doesn't. Okay, it
But I
opens up
mean,
over
that
here.
also kind of proves the point that they're there like peacefully, that they're there like vibing. They're not there to riot to cause shit. They're
Yeah, no, it's like it's just a protest, and people are acting like it's like fucking hell on earth in LA right
the end
now.
of society.
Yeah, no, it's really not like the end of society.
But
Oh
it is
man,
the end of
it
society.
is the end of society. I mean, like so many conservatives in the country. This happened a lot during the fire last January in LA. There's so many conservatives in the country who see LA as like the beacon of sin and vile liberal rot of this
Yeah.
country, and they want nothing more than to see LA burned to the ground and people having their necks stomped on by horses and cops. That's all they want. I mean, there was a video of the LAPD throwing that guy under the horses. That's why I say that. I can't find that video, but it was like the LAPD was like they were circling this guy, and the horses in the LAPD and police in general are trained not to step on people, and they were trying to get the horses to step on him, and the horses just kept walking over him, and they kept throwing him, hitting him on the head with the baton and shit, having the horses kick him. Like it was just like they're fucking brutes, like they're actual like Mongols. They're
They're worse
Huns.
than bullies.
They're
They're
Huns.
worse than bullies. Yeah, they're just there for terror.
They're there to like they would do the fucking they would do the fucking like Attila the Hun, grab you by each limb and fucking pull you apart shit. They would do that if they could. They're brutes. They're worse than raiders. Like Vikings. They're worse than Vikings. Oh my god. Just fucking violent. I mean, it's fitting. A lot of them have like Viking tribal tattoos and shit. Because
Oh
Viking
God, don't
iconography
even.
has been fetishized by fascists since the Nazis.
Yeah, even modern Asatru, speaking from like that perspective, the modern Asatru is generally given a bad name by how many white supremacists it's
It's like
attracted.
anything from Scandinavia really attracts white supremacists, like black metal and shit.
Yeah,
I don't know why I guess it's just because the Scandinavians are so white that they're just like, and they're also like known for Viking history and stuff and being kind of hard and shit,
I think in
hard living.
Scandinavia, it's more a rebellion against everything,
I
including
mean, yeah, that's what
religion.
that's what Varg Vikernes was. He was like, I'm rebelling,
Yeah,
but he was like a rich kind of like well-off guy just doing it because he was racist. Um,
yeah, but
but
like
like,
Val.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But like the other side of it is also like outside of the Scandinavian countries, they just look at that area, see Vikings, and go like, "The uber white mensch.
Die
They were so
Übermenschen.
hardcore. Did you know? Did you know the Vikings did this? Like, there is a sort of fetishization of it
Yeah,
outside
yeah,
of
yeah.
Scandinavia.
It's like I feel like Americans. It's kind of like this is a very American thing, but Americans love looking towards other place's history and fetishizing it. Like Americans, even from
Yeah.
right and left, Americans do this all the fucking time. And I think it's like America is so new and it's a country of so many different immigrant people that like the American identity is very muddy. It's very contradictory. It's not very well defined. And when you're not from like England or you're not from Sweden or you're not from Italy, you can look at those countries and think that their history is a lot more clear cut because of how old it is. You can look and go, oh, Italy, like the Romans, they're like Romans, you know? And you can just have this level of abstraction and stuff and not realize that Italy is a incredibly diverse country that only like 150 years ago like every single city spoke a dialect so different from each other that they were different languages to each other, you know?
I
Like,
mean, this is true of almost all of Europe.
yeah, I know, but like a lot of Americans will go, Germany, they do industry. They have Bavarian like yodelers, shit. Like Americans will like adopt fetishized versions of other countries in order to like get an identity, right? Like you
Yeah.
see it a lot with like Kaiser booze, like middle schoolers and high schoolers who really like World War I history and then wind up like going like, well, the Germans weren't that bad in World War I. It was kind of like they didn't, and they didn't do anything wrong, and like it was like the uniforms, like that type of shit, and it evolves into like being a monarchist little freak 4chan guy and shit. You have people who I mean, obviously it happens all the time with Japan with anime. You see that all the fucking time,
True.
and it happens not just from like an incelly sort of way, but from like a progressive. I mean, I see some like innocent little like it's a very
I'm
young
gonna
thing
become a
too.
monarchist.
You gonna become a monarchist?
Yeah,
Who's the
I'm
monarch
gonna
you
become
support?
a monarchist. The Rat King.
Red King. Red King.
The Rat King.
Red King.
Were
I
you
don't know.
expecting any other answer?
I was expecting like me. I'm the monarch. I'm royalty.
Look, look. We went like a Louis the Third situation.
What does that mean?
I don't know because I don't know which one is Louis the Third, but it sounded like a funny fucking thing to say. So don't give me shit.
I'm gonna Google Louis the Third right now. Louis the Third. Give me
Okay.
Louis the Third of France from 863 to 862. Oh shit! Is this the fucking guy who starts off in West Francia and in CK3?
I don't know.
I think it is. Because the start
I'm
date is
gonna
what
need to see, and
867.
I don't see.
Well, it's just hold on one second. It's just a fucking statue. But Louis the Third the Fat. This is the guy from CK3. You just called me Louis the fucking Third the Fat, or no? Was it Charles the Fat? That's Charles. Who's Charles the Fat? His cousin. Oh, he's the Carolingian guy. That's
Carolingian.
Carolingian. Yeah, his father was Louis II. You called me fucking the guy from CK3. To be fair, you call me the guy who typically doesn't have his empire eaten by his like brothers, like Lotharingia or East Francia or Italy. Like they always get their shit eaten. West Francia be chilling until like another person explodes inside of them. Uh, no, I mean Americans are fucking silly. I think the biggest one that Americans do that for is Ireland. Like so many Americans claim to be like I'm part Irish because like in like the 1890s their family came over and then since then it's been like just pure American like attitudes and it's like their name might be like McMillan or something. It's just like, yeah, buddy, you're Irish.
Like take a sharp left turn, right?
Yeah,
Like you mentioned CK3.
yeah.
At some point, I'm gonna have to think of a run to do.
I mean, for stream, I think that like playing
And I'm
somewhere
thinking after the end.
that's the mod.
I showed you some of that
Yeah,
mod this morning.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That could I think modded runs could be good on stream because you get in fans who also like CK3 enough to mod it and stuff, and you get in more playthroughs you haven't done before and stuff.
Yeah,
It's a
but
good.
I'm really curious about your thoughts on
I
what you
haven't
saw.
seen much of it. I only basically saw the map. I think it's funny. I think it's funny how far in the future it is. That 2006, 2666 is like such a far fucking date. It's
Yeah, but I mean, like that's kind of the point, though, right?
yeah. I'm curious though how. I mean, I guess the idea is that like humanity has been so fucking nuked that like they're back to the Middle Ages. I'm sure is the idea.
I think that's kind of the idea. I mean, I looked a bit at some of the religions and stuff. Because remember, CK3 plays with religion and culture and
Yeah,
stuff.
like that's
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
they got very creative. They got very creative.
I'd like to like go through it and see what cultures they consider and stuff and what religions there are and just the general like notable playthroughs and stuff. I'd like to go through it. I mean, total conversion mods in general. I do want to like take more look at. I want to try out the Elder Kings mod. I think that'd be fun.
That one. So I have an issue with that one.
What is it?
Apparently, the people who originally like put together like all the people who make the Elder Kings 2 mod
Yeah.
haven't been the greatest about updates and stuff. So there's
Ah,
also like you have to get
that's
like
pretty common.
patch mods.
Oh, that does remind me though that the Fallout
So I don't
mod
know
on
how to
Hoi
get it
4
to
got
work
updated and I need to play that. There's a new update with a bunch of new content. I need to play that.
on
Um
stream.
Probably not on stream. Maybe on stream. I don't know. I'm not that good with playing Hoi 4, so I don't know if I'll stream that. But I do want to check it out because I love that the Old World Blues mod is like the only thing in Hoi 4 that I actually like play now. I don't play the base game
So
really. I don't play other mods. I just basically just play Old World Blues.
so just going off like your little bit of tiny knowledge on it. If I do an after the end, do you have a suggested start for me being like my American?
Um well, I mean like I don't know what areas have the most flavor or not. So I can't really say like from knowing the game,
It's first run, it's all
but from like an
flavor.
RP, but from like an RP perspective, I think that playing go I saw that there was like what the Kingdom of Gotham or something.
Yeah, the Kingdom
That's
of
funny.
Gotham
That's
is
kind
one
of
of the
funny.
formable kingdoms.
You should do that.
So start somewhere in the Kingdom of Gotham.
Yeah, playing
Because there's only one
playing New
start date.
Jersey. There's only one start. Yeah, I mean that makes sense.
And
Um,
the Kingdom of Gotham isn't yet formed, so
so
it
yeah, play
probably have
like
to be one of the ones in there.
play like
Because they
New
do have
Jersey.
Monmouth.
Yeah, that's where Kevin Smith is from. It's crazy. Monmouth. God,
Where
Monmouth.
Kevin Smith is from.
The fact that you called it Monmouth just proves that you're not familiar with it.
Why?
Because around here it's just Monmouth. You don't pronounce the end. It's just Monmouth. Monmouth.
But I speak this
Real English.
language
Yeah.
called English,
Yeah, we speak in
not
Jersey.
American,
I've been noticing more things
and
about my
especially not
accent.
Jersey.
I was talking to my friend the other day about my about accents and stuff, and we were talking about like how my friend, because they're doing voice training as a trans woman, doesn't have an accent really. Like they just do Valley Girl, which is pretty much every fucking trans girl online has a Valley Girl accent, because that's all the vocal coaches are from the
Oh
fucking
my goodness!
Valley.
Now that you've said it, I can't unhear it. Fuck.
What do you mean? Like you can't unhear the fact that every trans girl has a Valley Girl accent?
Yes,
Yeah, no, it's
you've
it's very
ruined it for
noticeable.
me.
It's very noticeable. Um, but we were talking about that, and I was talking about how I'm kind of proud of having like a fucking meme accent, like the New Jersey American guy. New Jersey American, like I mean Italian American, like New Jersey Italian American accent, because I'm a fucking meme. Um,
You are a meme.
but like I've noticed, because there's like two major accents in New Jersey, like North Jersey, South Jersey being more like Philly, North Jersey being more like New York, and I live on like the border where those are. So I got traits of both. I got like the best of both worlds. I
I've
don't
got the
say
worst of all
no.
of
You haven't heard like South Jersey people try to say water. They say wooder, the wooder.
What?
Yeah, you don't know.
How?
You don't know South Jersey, man. It's crazy. They're like animals. I say while living in South
Wow.
Jersey. I say while living
This is
in
the
South Jersey.
podcast where we
It's
compare people to
Philadelphia. It's fucking Philly, dude. It's
Okay,
very.
so like put on your best South Jersey accent then.
I was sitting over by the water, and we were sitting and drinking. I mean, the water is the biggest one. Water is the biggest one. That's the biggest one. I mean, I already do like the other big one, which is the THs sometimes are pronounced as duh. Like if you really pay attention, I do say like, there they are there, you know? Like there they
Yeah,
are.
but it's not
That's a
like
big one.
hard.
It's not hard, no, but it's something I do a lot. But like water is like the
But
fucking big one that people point at. Water. There was like a
I
there was a
mean,
video. I'll
look,
show you the video.
if
Maybe I'll show
you
you.
assume, I haven't gone into the analytics really, but like if you assume most of the people on the podcast are American, right? Like
Yeah.
the listeners, I probably sound like I have the more fucked accent.
Lamau. I don't know.
I mean, right?
Maybe.
You're the American. How do I sound to you?
You sound, no offense, you just sound non-American. Like if I didn't know you were South African, I would not instantly think you were South African because you
So
don't
where
sound like
would
a
you
South
think I
African.
was
I would
from?
think you were from like Britain. I think you were from somewhere
Britain.
from like the UK. Because you don't,
I mean,
even knowing South African accents, you don't even sound that South African. Like I
but
could pick
here's
up
the
on certain
thing, right?
things.
Here's the funny thing about my accent. Here's the funny thing about my accent.
Yeah.
Although I was born and raised in South Africa, I watched a lot of TV growing up. Like
Yeah.
I was one of those kids because my mother was a single mother. She worked
Yeah.
fucking hard, but while she was working, I was absorbing everything on the TV.
I was absorbing. While you studied and worked, I absorbed the TV.
I did kind of like I didn't study. I didn't do homework. Like shit like
Really?
that. Even in aftercare, they put a TV up and like
I mean, I was also a TV kid. I just sat in front of the TV and fucking watched cartoons like until I was like 12, and then I started to like do things while I watched the TV. It was TV and video games is like all I did when I was young. So I get it. I want to show you this though because it kind of gets a good contrast of the North Jersey South Jersey split. Like this is a guy from North Jersey.
Say, oh, someone's got a New Jersey accent.
Yeah.
What do you think that sounds like?
I think people put it as a New York accent. Like, I think they make it sound like Jersey. Like, people say, oh, you're from Jersey? No, I'm from New Jersey.
What you
but
literally
yes,
do to me.
I guess that's close enough.
I'm sure the speaking
This is a
rate
South Jersey guy.
quicker up north.
I'm pretty sure.
Because of the
If I remember the
proximity to
video.
New York.
New Jersey
I can't hear anything
housewives.
they're saying.
You can't hear me? Oh wait. You make sure you're
No, because you keep talking.
sorry.
Because of the proximity of New York.
New Jersey Housewives show does the best job that you could possibly do to describe what some of the women around here are like.
But is there like a particular sound like that you're thinking of that just comes to mind?
Well, like strangling cats sound.
The strangling cat sound is like actually so accurate to how
So
so many
hardcore.
you sound like this and yet I can't even do it because like it's a very like feminine thing. Like you need to get like the feminine vocal cords to do that shit. Like I don't even know how like fucking Snooki voice and shit.
When we talk about this region, we're talking about two different areas. We're talking about the North Jersey, New York regional dialect, and then we're talking about the South Jersey, Philadelphia dialect. And so really there are distinctions with each group. There is some crossover. There are some sounds, some words that are similar.
I want to hear you all say the stuff that's in the ocean. What do you call that?
Seaweed?
The other thing.
Fish. Oh, water. Oh, water. Oh, water. Water.
I want to hear it louder.
Water.
Water.
But water.
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 Again.
Water. I'm like paranoid to speak.
From where I am in New York, it's more like woulda, and that would be a real working class New York accent. Here it's more like wooder.
Water.
Wooder.
Water.
When you said water, say it one more time. A few more times.
Water. Water.
I went to a restaurant and, like I said, I said water, and they were like, what? I was like, can I have some water? And they were like, what's that? And I'm like, some water. And I had to say, like,
They bring it down over here too
New
more.
York and in Philly area is dropping
Human.
the the h sound in a word like human. In this area, you'll hear it pronounced human.
Human.
A word like casino, which you have plenty of in
Casino.
Atlantic City, becomes casina. Vague and
Vague.
plague. in
I do
which
this
the
one.
E
I when I watched this video and I saw this one, I was like, "Holy shit!" I do this one all the fucking time. I didn't know that that's not how you pronounce that word.
actually also becomes shorter and becomes something like vague.
Vague.
And
It's vague,
peg.
not vague. Vague.
I have to speak to a bunch of different people, and I just really
I
can't.
don't know. I thought this was like interesting to watch because it's like, holy shit, that's what it. That's it. That's it. Because it's hard to place your own accent.
Fair, but I mean, like, consider where I come from. Accents
Fucking
range.
everyone speaks a different fucking accent.
Everybody speaks a different fucking language.
It's fucking 12 languages. You know. I had something. Oh, I wanted to show because it's Pride Month, right? Pride Month. We didn't mention that last time, but this is Pride Month. So
It is Pride Month. It is Pride
in
Month.
honor of Pride Month, I want to show a really funny thing I saw. And funny by this is laughable. Like this is pathetic.
Okay.
So we all know Israel, right?
Okay, this is
We
a
all
good start.
know Israel.
Lovely Israel. Friendly place, I am.
Israel does not have gay marriage legal. It is illegal to get
No, of course it
married
doesn't.
gay marriage.
It's a theocracy.
Yeah, it's a not even a theocracy, but it's a very religious country. It's a very religious
It's a
conservative country.
It's a theocratic dictatorship.
I wouldn't say theocratic because there's no religious leadership in the government, but it is definitely
You are
using
somewhat
Judaism.
required to be religious to be in government.
Are you? I didn't know about that one.
As far as I know, they're very, very.
I mean, it's a very
leaning
religious
on-
conservative country that's not getting around the bush, but I wouldn't call it theocratic because it's not like the Pope runs it. You know, like there's
but
no.
that's why I say theocratic dictatorship.
I would say more of like a Judeo, like Jewish,
Dictatorial theocracy.
a Jewish dictatorship or something. I don't know. That sounds really bad to say though. Honestly, maybe I will just call it a theocratic dictatorship because saying a Jewish dictatorship really makes you sound like a fucking 4chan Nazi.
The problem, because here's the thing, Riley. The problem isn't that it's Jewish. The problem is that it's religious.
Yeah, that's the thing. But like we say
And that's a
Christian,
problem.
we say Christian dictatorship though. We say Christian fascism though when we're talking about
Yeah.
Americans. That's the thing.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Is
Yeah.
like, well, obviously in America, there's people who are in government who are not of the same religion, but there are no Muslims on the Israeli government.
Yeah, no.
So that's kind of what I'm saying. But like this, what I wanted to say was like this is a problem on both sides, right?
Yeah.
Because the religious extremism from a group like Hamas has given Israel kind of a scapegoat, and the people of Palestine are the ones that suffer.
Saying that kind of implies that Hamas is on the same playing level, like the same playing field as the Israeli government when they're not. It's like comparing like a wounded animal to a guy with a shotgun ready to kill it. You know, it's like maybe the dog shouldn't have eaten all the chickens, but
you know, if everybody just dropped the religious bullshit and spoke to each other like people, you know, I do believe
it's not even
that
religion. No,
already...
I think positing it as a religious issue is the biggest misjustice to the situation like ever. It's not a religious thing. It's absolutely a fucking land thing. It's a land thing and it's a race thing. It's not a religion thing. It's not a religious dispute.
This is the thing. It's these people, for the large part, come from the same people. They're not even that racially different. They're not.
No, they're brown. They're brown and they're white. That's what it is. That's what it is for a lot of people. It's that they're brown, especially in America with like American like pro-Israel people. It's that they're brown. The real issue is that on the top of it, the government leaders in Israel and American businessmen and American leaders over here, it's about money. It's about getting military-industrial conflicts. But then when it comes down to, I know, but let me explain. At the very top of it, it's a money thing. It's all about getting money from the military-industrial complex, getting weapon contracts, experimenting with new technologies. That's what it's about. It's about getting technology over there to kill people to see how it works so you can sell it. The propaganda they administer to get the people on board make it a religion thing. They make it a race thing. They make it like a revenge thing, or like a leave us alone type of thing, or they'll make it like a something like that. That's where
Either
that's
way,
where this
you were
comes in.
saying
I know that
we
was
got
coming.
off topic.
We got off topic
It
very
was,
quickly.
yes.
Israel has no gay marriage. They're very anti-LGBTQ. I remember a while ago they put out like that one mocking ad of like queer people advocating for Palestine. Well, they put out a Pride Month ad for Tel Aviv's official YouTube channel. Put out a Pride Month ad. Tel Aviv being the biggest city in Israel, I'm pretty sure. Maybe Jerusalem's bigger, but Tel Aviv was their capital for a really long time. They put out this ad, and I want you to predict how it opens up.
I can't predict.
Just say something.
The flying monkeys.
Sure. Well, I don't think you would have been able to predict it no matter what you did. Opens up with AI, Pride Parade in the Middle East. This was the funniest thing I saw yesterday. This was the fucking stupidest thing ever.
Number one. I have a couple of very, very intriguing questions I'd like answered.
Yes.
Number one, who is Tel Aviv Global?
Tel Aviv Global is the official YouTube channel for Tel Aviv.
Run by whom?
The official international YouTube channel of Tel Aviv. I don't know who it's run by, but it is run by, I'm sure, the marketing team, like the tourism team for Tel Aviv. And in case anyone doesn't know Tel Aviv, it is a big city in Israel. It is the biggest city in Israel, other than Jerusalem, which
big place, Israel, very important.
Aviv, yeah.
Israelis love it.
Yeah. Netanyahu became a city. Yeah, but like
anyway,
with Israel, you got Jerusalem, Tel Aviv, and
the other
Haifa.
part of this is the event itself, the actual Pride event that's being held. Is that a private event?
I don't know. They're advertising it as a city.
Is that an event? Because that's not an event held by the government, surely.
There's no news on it. We can type in Tel Aviv Pride. But like this, the acting like in the comments too, still the only LGBTQ friendly city in the Middle East. Like they're acting
city,
like
so
they're not. They're acting though like Israel isn't a fucking anti-queer country nominally. It's like seeing an ad in like Moscow, the only queer-friendly city in Russia. Like really think about that sentence. But here's the thing, it's like saying that,
right? Here's the thing, though, right? There's a part of me that kind of feels for the person on the street in this situation.
Yeah.
And that these people here in the videos going to Pride in Tel Aviv are brave motherfucking souls. I tell you that.
I'm not targeting this towards Israelis living in Israel who want to go to a Pride event. I'm targeting.
I know, but like I just do have like a grand empathy towards that. Like
this part of the ad is the part that I'm like losing my mind over. The AI part, where they're like, those dirty Arabs, they don't have Pride events, so come over to America. It's just like so in line with everything they do. We're the only democracy in the Middle East. We're the only queer-friendly country in the Middle East until you actually want to get married. We're the only country in the Middle East that will respect Western values and stuff. And it's like, look at these. You can't have this in real life. This will never happen. And it's just like AI fucking slop videos. It's so telling. This is like shit that I'm not even joking. This is shit that like the Nazis would do if they had AI and they wanted to appeal to America or some shit. This is what they would do.
Yeah.
Like 20 years after the war ends and shit. Like this is
kind of ties back into the whole like downfall of society. Is that like this is not a unique to America thing. Like this is happening all over. I mean, you know,
I love how everyone in this crowd has the same face, even the women. Like everyone's just the same guy.
that's kind of messed up. That's kind of messed up. I can't unsee that though. Take it away. Take it away. Take it away. Take it away. Take it
Oh
away.
my
Take it
god.
away. Take it away. No. Like, look, but once again, as I say, like, I do feel for the person on the street, yeah,
You know, it does
in that
suck. I
situation.
mean, you also got to remember though, a lot of those people are probably like
I'm curious
not
though.
good people.
Is there a country that like at one point you thought about visiting and then you found out like being queer sort of like gets you thrown in prison
I
or some
mean,
shit?
like, there's not many countries where just being queer, especially if you're a tourist, gets you arrested, other than like fucking like Eritrea, like countries that really have no diplomatic relations to America. Like China, yeah, China, it's not allowed to be like feminine in the media and stuff in China. You're not going to get arrested for being gay in China, right? Russia, you might. It depends on how disorderly to them you're being. Like if you're fucking making out on the street, they might throw you in like a tank. You know, they like
Yeah,
I mean like a drunk tank
but
type of
like
deal.
here's the thing though, right? Here's the thing. I wouldn't go to those countries anyway, even if it wasn't like, oh,
I
but
would go to
I wouldn't go
Russia.
there anyway. No, I wouldn't fucking go.
I'd go to Russia. Hell
What if
yeah.
I want to make out with a dude?
Do it in a hotel room or something. If you, I mean, gotta be
No,
sneaky.
fuck it.
Gotta be
I
sneaky.
wouldn't do it in the same places I would make out with
I
anybody.
mean,
That's
fair
kind of my
enough, but you're
point. Is
going to
that like
Russia. You
I
gotta
am
like
who the fuck I
compromise.
am. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna. No, fuck him.
You're
I come from a country. I come from a country that has had like legal gay marriage since the 90s.
no, it
I
hasn't. The
grew
first country
up
that had legal gay marriage was the Netherlands, and it was after South Africa. You had legal gay protections, not gay marriage.
in the Constitution.
It did not have legal gay marriage because the first country to do it
It
was in
had
2001.
legal gay protections in the
Yeah, legal gay
Constitution, though,
protections.
in
Yeah,
the 90s.
yeah,
That's pretty big. Either way, I grew up with everything being fine with gay people as far as like
and that's
being
good.
illegal
And
goes.
that's good. But like, I want to see like the Hermitage in St. Petersburg. You know, I want to see like St. Basil's Cathedral. That shit looks cool. I want to see that shit. I think if there's a country out there that I used to want to go to a lot, I mean, I guess like I used to be super interested in Eastern Europe in general, like Poland and Russia and stuff. And I guess now I'm like, I mean, I'm less wanting to go there. The more older I get, the more I realize that it's probably not that interesting from like
It's
what I
not.
want to see.
The
I'm
thing
sure
is
I
that
mean,
a lot of those.
Poland still probably has a lot of interesting stuff to be, especially like Krakow.
Yeah, there's a lot of like great history there, but like once again, so much of it is bombed out by like the recent history of humanity. Like,
Yeah. I mean, Poland, I think, would still be an interesting visit to see Krakow, Warsaw, and Dansk, Gdansk. I don't know how to pronounce that city and stuff. Like a bunch of cool big cities and stuff. Ukraine would probably be really interesting to visit. Probably not right now. Probably not right now, considering how many people
I
just get
mean,
bombed by
Western
Russian civilians.
Ukraine,
No, even then,
Western
they bomb
Ukraine.
Western Ukraine. They bomb Western
Oh
Ukraine.
well, shit out of luck there, right?
There's also there's like that's where all the fucking wheat fields are. All the interesting stuff is on the Dnieper River, and that's where all the fighting is, all the bombings, because that's where Kiev is and shit. Um, I mean, I don't know. I'd love to. I'd love to just go to Europe in general.
I mean, like, there's a lot of great places in Europe. I can highly recommend
Austria, Netherlands.
Austria. Well, also, I wouldn't actually like highly recommend the Netherlands unless that's your kind of party. But you can have that party anyway. You just got to know the right people. No, the other one is Wacken, Germany.
Oh right, yeah, up in North Germany, Wacken.
Like I've never been there, but like that would be at the top of my list to go to. I would
I
live in
mean,
Wacken, honestly. I would love to live in Wacken. You know why?
no, there's nothing there. It's literally like 4
But
people.
that's the thing. Yeah, but that's the thing. You get a chilled here the entire year, and then once a year you get the biggest fucking metal festival on your doorstep.
I know, but like, it's so boring for the rest of the year.
No, it isn't.
I can't
It
live a
isn't.
calm life like that. I don't want to live in a
Fucking
small.
American.
You have to understand, I grew up in the fucking American suburbs. I have suffered through boredom that like is unimaginable.
I grew up in a country with a crime rate.
That's
It was
interesting.
told to me
That's
that the
interesting.
crime rate was so high that we're measured alongside like active war zones. Like, well, America was fighting in the Middle East. They were like, South Africa's crime is like fighting in the Middle East, and it's like, what do you mean? I live here.
At least that's
This
interesting.
is shit that we would. This is shit that we would actually hear. This is shit I heard growing up. Was just like, oh yeah, crime in South Africa.
American
It's
suburbs
like
is like
Iraq out there.
it's like growing up in Mercury. That's what it's like. Like if the entirety of your outside world was like the substance of Mercury. Just like this fucking not even reflective, placid fucking gray, boring, slow, monotonous, toxic hellscape. That's what the American suburbs are like. And I grew up in a nicer suburb where the houses looked different and there were trees.
Where do you want to live then? In the big city? You want to be a big city dog?
If I could, and if it was nicer in America, I'd live in New York. I would. I'd move to New York.
New York smells like pee. Every major city smells like pee. Why do you want to live? Well, dog. Pee pee poppy.
No, fuck. That's not. First of all, New York is like the only city. New York is like the only city that actually kind of smells like pee. I've been to a few others.
I've been to major cities.
No, New York is unique in that it smells like pee. Honestly,
I've been to
Also, it doesn't
Vienna.
smell.
I've been to Cape Town. I've been.
You live in Cape Town. What do you mean you've been to Cape
They
Town?
all smell like pee.
They don't
They
smell
all
like
smell like
pee.
pee.
It's an exaggeration.
They
New York
all
doesn't even
smell
smell
like
that much.
pee.
Parts of New York smell like pee. Parts of New York smell like
Large
pee. Like when you
squares of
leave,
it, and then
like
the
when you
wind blows
leave.
through the city, and then it all smells like pee. And I'm not gonna like back down on this, but major cities smell like pee, and the people who live there just live with a constant smell of pee.
Yeah, because things happen in cities. Nothing fucking happens in suburban New Jersey, you know? Nothing
But when
fucking
you have people that
happens.
close, do you know how much that is in urine content?
It's not pee. It smells more like fucking like oil and gasoline and exhaust from cars. That's the smell I get when I'm in a city. Is exhaust from cars.
All right, you live in an American city.
Yeah. Where
The
it's like
pee is the smell of pee is overpowered by like your toxic pollution of cars. Right. I remember now. It's worse for you. You don't
yeah.
even know it smells like pee because you can't like your senses are
I'm smelling
high.
like the exhaust of like 9
I'm gonna
different
keep giving America shit. I think
trucks.
we're like spinning out of control here.
Here, we can target this spinning out of control. We can either cover more Trump or funny topic. Funny segment, I should say.
What more Trump is there?
There's the parade.
Right, your
The
country is
parade.
literally North Korea.
So
That's that
this
was
one I'm
the
gonna
cherry
keep
on top
short
of
because there's really not much to say about it because it hasn't happened
yeah,
yet.
it's the cherry on top of the same
Yeah,
like cake, right?
this is for Saturday on June 14th, which is 3 days. It is the 250th anniversary of the Army. It's Flag Day, and it's also Trump's birthday.
Isn't it like the day after the podcast will be like publicly
So tomorrow the podcast gets publicly released, and then the day after that, the parade will happen. So they're bringing in a bunch of tanks.
For fresh listeners.
Yeah, it's gonna cost upwards of $45 million. So much for the party of low government spending. It'll have 50 aircraft, 150 vehicles, 34 horses, 2 mules, and 6,000 soldiers.
Waste, fraud, and abuse.
Trump has been wanting one of these since he went in 2018.
Let's just take a moment to pause, right?
Yeah.
What is the purpose of a military parade?
Well, normally they bring it out in the article, but historically there's only been military parades in America after we win a war. The last one being after the Gulf War in 1991. And before that, it was basically we only had 3 other military parades after the World Wars and after the Civil War.
But in the grand scheme of things, not in U.S. history, what is the purpose of a military parade?
2 reasons. 1, to celebrate a victory. Two, to bolster national identity, and that's like the fascist way of saying it. Really, it's to make the dictator's dick hard. That's the two reasons why you have a
Yeah,
parade. It's to make the dictator's dick hard,
basically
and
as a
it's
show.
to
It's a show of power.
it's a show of power. Yeah, it's North Korea's show where they bring out the
It's a
missiles.
show of power.
They do it in the Soviet. They did it in the
It's
Soviet Union. They did it in
exactly.
Nazi Germany. They did
So
it in North
the
Korea.
fact that this is happening in your country while you're quote unquote at peace
Yeah, no, this is absolutely a dick
is
measuring
very
contest.
concerning.
Yeah. The on paper reason is that it's the 250th anniversary of the military, but the real reason is that it's on Trump's birthday, because they won't have one of these for the Navy if it wasn't on Trump's birthday or something. But the anniversary is on Trump's birthday, so fucking time for the tanks.
Your country is actually becoming a third world dictatorship.
Yeah, it is.
Like, it's kind of wild.
Yeah.
Like, you might as well have fucking elected Idi Amin.
What?
What?
Idi Amin?
Idi Amin.
Idi Amin?
Do you not know him? Look him up.
Idi
I'll
Amin.
look him up here. I'll pull him up. Right?
Yeah. Oh, I googled him. Oh, this is the guy. Oh, this is the guy. This is the guy. This is the guy whose title was like Conqueror of the British Empire, right?
Like, he was an
Yes.
African dictator. He was kind of like the African dictator of his time. Like, he was the guy.
Yes.
When it came to African dictatorships, he was the beginning and end of them.
Idi Amin. He is. His Excellency President for Life, Field Marshal Al-Haji, Dr. Idi Amin, Dada, VC, DSO, MC, Lord of all beasts of earth and fishes of the sea, and conqueror of the British Empire in Africa and general of Uganda in particular. The greatest title ever known to man.
So there was a movie made about like a period of his life, or like interview that somebody did, and the movie was called The Last King of Scotland, starring James McAvoy.
Right.
Just to tie it back to like an X-Men.
X-Men.
Anyway, yeah, so you might as well have elected Idi Amin.
Hell yeah.
All right. I gotta know, like, as a final thought on this episode, I know
we're not ending yet.
We're
not over.
I don't know. We're not over. Either way, then I just want to know. I don't want to send you on like a doomer spiral, but like, what does it feel like actually like knowing that this is there? This is like, it's not like happening to other people.
Disassociation. I'm literally just disassociating and waiting for like a Gestapo member to knock on my door. That's basically what it is. I'm just kind of chilling until it ends.
Do you realistically think that somebody's gonna come knocking on your door at some point?
If they ever crack down on like people who publicly say leftist things online, then yeah. I think that'll be what they come for before queer people. I think it'll be like, but then again, I'm also like a nobody, so they won't actually come to me. But if they ever do, like, really fucking go to everyone,
being a nobody is kind of like the double-edged sword, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess so.
What if you like actually break a story or something and become like a really big household name?
I'm not gonna break a story. I'm not looking for breaking stories.
I don't know, like,
what story am I breaking?
I'm just saying, I don't fucking know, but all I'm saying is that, like, isn't that the double-edged sword in your like country right now as well? Like, there's a lot of people doing this. There's a lot of people who got big recently from doing left-wing stuff online.
Yeah, but I'm not like looking to break stories. So I don't know. Anyway. Yeah, I'm not thinking of anything really, like, about the country. I'm so disassociating so fucking hard. Waiting for like my chance to grab a cool martyrdom, you know?
You ever think about escape?
I do.
Do you know what's a nice place?
You're gonna say South Africa again, yeah. After saying that South Africa's crime was like fighting in Iraq.
Okay, but it's only like that most of the time, not all of the time. There's like some neighborhoods that are less of the time.
Fuck! And I forgot to change the episode number.
You fucking dog.
We gotta fucking kill me.
You keep talking about updates for the podcast, but we never like have a meeting about it.
It's because you're fucking
I'm
sleepy.
gonna let people peek behind the curtain. Then I'm gonna bring up this. This is what I'm gonna bring up is that like we keep talking because I'm blaming myself too. I'm also guilty. Remember, I'm 50% of this. If you're guilty, I'm guilty too. But like we keep saying we're gonna do updates of the podcast, and we keep not doing it, and that keeps
Laziness.
happening.
We also need to write the script for the video. For the video, you know.
I know the video,
Yeah. Let's
the scripted sex tape.
Yeah. Let's let's move to the topic that I want, not topic, the segment that I wanted to do last week before we got caught up on other things. I have a fun way to end the podcast here. A fun time.
Okay,
We have
a fun time.
we're going to tier list some common white people phrases. The white people sayings tier list maker. You know, honestly, we probably should have gotten Ansari for this, but Ansari is sleeping.
But I mean, there's one tier that is missing.
What is the tier?
It's a tier that you know you need to add, especially because of me.
Well, tell me what it is.
When it's kind of funny.
Kind of. Yeah, we're gonna rename. Oh yeah, we could just rename kind of funny because this one's already .com, so we could just say kindoffunny.com for this one. Kindoffunny.com. Our next, which is already a phrase that should be on here. The next tier can be. I mean, we can keep the neat tier. Peachy. I don't like the phrase peachy keen, and I don't want to think about this phrase ever again. I mean, it is a mid, you know. I'd like to speak to your manager. I want to move this one to the bottom because that'll be our for like the stuff that's like probably kind of like a racist person would only say that, so it's gonna be at the bottom.
Yeah.
And then like stinkers can just be like the nobody's gonna use this ever sort of thing, right? Like this isn't actually. I want to add a phrase. I want to add a tier specifically for this is fiction. Like this is fiction. I'm gonna add it just above the racist tier. Because racism is lower than fiction, you know. This is
it like explicitly a racism tier?
Not just it's things that racists would say. Bad people. It's a bad people thing. Pure fiction.
Oh, I see one that you might be referring to.
Oh, yeah, we'll get to it. Yeah, this one's pure fiction. This is where things that like nobody's ever said this ever. This is something that's only in fiction.
Okay.
So the first one.
So the first one.
You're barking up the wrong tree. How do you feel about this?
You know what?
Have you heard this before?
I'm gonna actually go with like peachy keen.
Peachy keen? I think that's fair. I don't think
incredibly mid. Like the kind of person who says this is the kind of like
I can't even think of the context to use this. Like, is this something you say? Is this something you say when you're like angry, or if it's like you're in the wrong place?
Like you're asking the wrong person. Couldn't be me.
This is a useless phrase. I don't like this one.
Like I'm selling apples. You're asking for oranges. You're barking up the wrong tree here.
All right. Yeah. I guess it's peachy keen. Oh, this one's powerful.
Like,
this next one.
The same. Like I'll use an example for that's very specific to us. Then, like when those scammers come into chat and they're like, "Do you want to look at my art?" and it's like you're barking up the wrong tree. Like I'm not here to buy your shit.
All right. Well, it's a dumb phrase.
It is.
This next one.
Yeah.
This next one is powerful. That's powerful.
I'm gonna go with neat.
Neat. I think that's fair. I think there's better, but like that's a pretty good one. You know, hey wise guy. You gotta.
I mean, it is also kind of just the meme now.
It is a meme.
That's what's downgraded it. Is the meme level of it. It's a very high meme level.
Well, you gotta put yourself in the shoes of being in like a Walmart and seeing some like 70-year-old, not like 60-year-old guy who's like kind of balding, older, big guy going, "Hey, wise guy," after some guy pissed him off. You got to think of that.
We don't have Walmart here.
Yeah, I know. Like this is America.
But we do have a company that was bought like out by Walmart and is now run like a Walmart, and it's called Macro.
So you do have Walmart. It's just Macro.
So now we have Walmart.
Yeah. Oh, this one's relevant to you. I don't give a rat's ass. I think I've said variations of this before.
I think I've literally said this. So like I'm just gonna give it the rat stamp of approval here. I don't
Kindafunny.com.
care if it's Mimi. I don't care any of that. You can't talk to me. I am the rat. I don't give a rat's ass what you think.
Yeah,
It's kind of funny.
I think I've said it. I think I've said it before. It's a good phrase. I don't give a
It's a
rat's
good
ass.
phrase.
It's a good phrase.
That's
I
my
think
ass.
I
I
think
know
I've
that I get it.
Oh, this okay, so this one is in context of taking a photo. Like you're doing family photos, or it's like, now let's do a silly one, silly faces. This one is so real that I hate it. This is a stinker. That's a pure stinker. I fucking hate taking family photos already. I mean, I like taking the photos, like, because I like photography, so I like actually being the one to take the photo. But like, I don't like being in the
There's
photo.
something distinctly different about the photos you like, the family photos that like you're referring to,
Yeah,
and like just hanging out and the photos happen naturally, right?
yeah, yeah.
Like,
I mainly like taking the photos because it gets me out of the actual picture. But
and, like telling people to pose a certain way.
I
Like
hate
as
that so
somebody,
much. I hate it.
look, I like the natural photography of people. Maybe that's just the way
I
I
like doing
lean,
that
but
too.
like
Yeah,
the whole like telling people a way to pose
I
unless
hate
they're
that
a
so
model who
much. I
has to
hate it.
pose a
I
certain
hate it.
way. Like there's
Now let's do a
modeling
silly
when people are
one.
tall. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah,
There's
awful,
there's modeling with, yeah.
awful. What's all this then? What's all this then? You know, what's all this then?
The thing is
Oh, the thing is
I'm
better
gonna
behind
lean,
here.
for fuck's sake. This is that just makes me think of Monty Python.
What's all this?
What's
What's
all
all
this
this
then?
then? What's all this
What's all
then?
this then?
Yeah.
So
So
this just makes me think of Monty Python. I can't.
I'll put it in neat.
It's neat.
It's neat. It's a neat. We're not gonna rank intertier. Oh, for Pete's sake! This is a Midwestern classic. This is like something that like we'd hear when we're playing board game night
To
with our
me,
friends who are from the
this
Midwest.
this is like pure fiction to me.
This is pure fiction. I think I've heard people say this before, or at least variations of it. I think I've heard "Oh, for goodness sake" a lot, which is not the
Goodness
actual thing. I don't think that's on here. I've heard "Go for goodness sake" a lot. You know what? I'll put this one in fiction. I don't think I've ever heard someone say the exact phrase "Oh, for Pete's sake," but I have heard
like
"Oh, for goodness sake."
it feels like something written by somebody who doesn't know how to write.
Yeah. "Oh, for Pete's sake." I've only heard that in like cartoons and like writing, or in like satire. You know, "Crack a dawn." I've said this before.
It's peachy keen.
Peachy keen. I've said this before, but not so much.
It's so mid. It
It is a
doesn't
mid.
register when you say it. That's kind of the
Crack a
thing, is
dawn.
that it's just you just
Yeah,
wake up.
you don't. Yeah,
Crack
it's
dawn.
just the crack of
I'm
dawn.
gonna
Yeah,
sleep at the crack of dawn.
it's yeah. The bee's knees. This one's fiction.
That's pure fiction.
This one was like cool in the 50s, I'm sure, and then like since then it's just been a way of like going, "Hey, fellow kids, speak." This one's pure fiction. What a hoot! This is another like.
You know what? You know what? I'm going to do something controversial here. I'm gonna put that one into I'd like to speak to your manager.
What a hoot! Oh, I'd like to speak to your
It
manager.
is a red flag thing for me to hear from somebody. Like that is an instant like, what content do you consume? What
What a
media
hoot.
are you like privy to?
I don't
Like
know the context of when you'd say this.
when something's funny.
What a hoot! Oh, I thought this was like a. This was like what's going on. I don't know. I have no idea when the hell you'd use this. What a hoot! Yeah, no, I guess if it's like a funny thing, if it's like a thing you say when you're funny, and it's like you're saying that, then I guess it's kind of like a red flag. Like just say that's funny. I don't know. What a hoot! Yeah, I see what you did on that one. Oh,
That's a red flag statement to me.
What about cool beans? Cool beans.
So only this to me has like personal context.
Right.
So I don't know how to rate it.
Cool
Because
beans.
only the most lesbian of people in my life have ever said cool beans.
I think it's used by lesbians and Midwestern dads only. I think that's the only people who use this, which there's a surprising overlap between lesbians and Midwestern dads, I'm not gonna lie.
They are very similar.
They're like this, they're like the same species. It's like
There's the same case in women, too.
it's like simultaneous evolution on the other side of the planet when two species kind of like have similar traits without any contact with each other. It's like that, honestly. I think
I
this is a
mean,
good
like,
one. I
how
think Cool
many
Beans is good.
lesbians are raised by Midwestern dads?
This is
Though?
also true. This is also true. Like father, like
And then
daughter.
they're like, I want to be just like my dad. And then it's like, that's a slippery slope right
You're
there.
also dating women now, you know, and you wear the high suspend. You wear the high. You're your dad now. You're your dad, and you're a lesbian. Good for you. It's very wholesome. I'm giving it kindoffunny.com. Cool beans.
I mean, fair. I would, okay, yeah. It's just the coolest people in my life have said that. And like they do half say it ironically, but also it's not really ironically, is it?
No,
Like
it's not. It's not. This next one. These
like
next
they just
two.
know, they know how to play that shit off.
Yeah, it's good. These next two are powerful, I think. These are power words. These are like shouts, but for like real life. No shit, Sherlock. No shit, Sherlock.
it.
This is
I hate it.
this is a
I
power word.
actually just hate it. I
You
actually
hate it?
just hate it. I do hate
It's
it.
a power word though.
No,
Think
but
of think
but the meme is over now.
the meme is
Leave
over.
Sherlock, leave Sherlock alone.
No shit, Sherlock. This is like if you. I'm thinking in the context of like watching a public freakout video, like just as it's about to kick off. If someone dropped this, I'd be like, this is the main character right now. You know?
The thing is, I just have a different thing that comes to mind when I want to say that phrase.
What is it?
When I want to, if I want to portray that feeling, I say something else because I don't like the term "no shit Sherlock."
What do you say?
The fuck did you think would happen?
The fuck do you think would happen? That's good. That's good.
Like, no shit Sherlock. Number one, does anybody even know what the fuck Sherlock is anymore?
Oh, don't give. Oh, just because of that, I'm ready. I'm not even taking your opinion. You dropped like an actual. Do you even know what cassette tapes are anymore? Type shit. Get the fuck out of
No,
here
but I
with
don't
that.
mean it in that kind of way. I just mean it in the sort of like there's so much media of what is and isn't Sherlock. Everybody has like it, like this, and none of it means anything, right?
I think
like,
everyone knows who Sherlock Holmes is. Maybe that's too much
yeah,
faith in the
like
world,
it
but
doesn't
I
mean
think everyone knows.
anything. It doesn't mean anything anymore.
I
All the
guess.
media has drained every bit of meaning out of it. It's kind of my problem. I mean, sure, you can put it in peachy keen. My
I'll put it in
hatred
peachy
doesn't
keen.
like downgrade it like all the way. I'm just saying like I hate so
Newsflash,
much.
buddy. Newsflash. But you know, shit, Sherlock's a good phrase. Newsflash. Newsflash. I think Buddy.
Buddy is
Buddy
the
elevates
thing
it.
that makes me go like, I'd like to speak to your manager.
I think Buddy. Yeah, Buddy is the real
Buddy
hitter
is
here.
something you say to somebody you deeply, deeply dislike.
Yeah, Buddy is. Yeah, no.
Like,
It's the same thing with
buddy
like pal.
is a mean thing to say.
Like newsflash, pal. Newsflash, buddy. That's like a slur. It's like a white people slur.
It is a foul word to call somebody.
Like if you call someone your buddy, that's like a fighting word. That's like a you're ready to like fight to the death.
Like that, it's the most. Do you know what is the problem with the word buddy? I think I just figured it out.
What is it?
It is the most impersonal way to refer to somebody as like a friend or acquaintance.
Yeah,
like
a bud.
acquaintance feels like closer than buddy.
I don't think I've ever called someone a bud. Like, hey, bud. It's just he feels hostile. It feels hostile.
It is hostile. Anyway.
Yeah. Welp. Well, this is a real one. This is another Midwestern classic, I think. I've seen people type out whelp.
Cultural difference here, but pure fiction to me.
I've seen people type out whelp. I've seen this. This is real. I'm gonna put it in neat.
It makes me feel the feeling of whelp.
Well, like it's a real one. It's a real one.
Okay, well then fuck me then I guess.
I'm just gonna scoot right past you. Same type of person who says whelp. Same.
Once again, cultural differences here. Like,
this is so Midwest.
word scoot would like give you away as an American in any context I exist in.
Exactly, yeah.
Like you just be like
This
you would instantly go from a person to that American in an instant.
this one's so real though. I've interacted with people who come from like more polite regions. You never would hear this in like New Jersey or like New York or something, but you'd hear it in like Minnesota. You'd hear it in like Michigan, I'm sure. But this one is absolutely
Yeah,
real. I'm just gonna scoot right past you, like that type of thing.
I
Yeah.
know somebody who stays in Michigan.
Mm. This is a real one.
I'm
Um,
collecting. I'm trying to collect all of the states, but I'm like doing it very slowly.
well, you have New Jersey, you have like Washington, you got
Washington,
Pennsylvania,
Pennsylvania. I
Oklahoma,
got.
and like from people from the
I
board
feel
game group, you
like
got
I got.
Oklahoma,
I
Minnesota, California.
almost feel like I got Pennsylvania on a technicality.
I think David's from Pennsylvania.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like David, like through you, like the New Jersey connection. It was just like distance. It was like a few meters, if anything.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
And like,
from the board game friend group, you have Oklahoma, Utah, Minnesota, and California.
it was from California.
Jeep, Jeep's from California.
Right.
So you got some
Like,
stuff.
because I know somebody else from California, I was just like, oh God, don't tell me you're referring to them. And we won't mention their name, but I
um,
think
you have iTech in Idaho, and he's from Kentucky.
I take an Idaho.
So that's like a kind of like a half and a half, you know. He's in Idaho, but he's
Isn't
from
that getting
Kentucky.
one on a technicality?
Yeah, I mean, and Sarah, you can also say for Florida, because she lived in
Yeah, but
Florida.
also Taryn for Florida.
Oh,
Taryn moved
true, true.
from Florida. So, technically I knew people who lived in
You
Florida.
need
I don't
someone
know
from like
anybody in
proper
Florida
deep
though.
south. I mean, Faye's from New Jersey, but she lives in Florida and she goes to school in North Carolina. So it's like some south there, you know.
There's a top three that I think would be like the ones that I imagine might be the hardest to get.
Tell me, I think I might know.
So number one is Alaska.
Yeah, Alaska is what I was thinking. Alaska and
Alaska.
Hawaii.
Hawaii was number two, and Texas.
No, I already know someone from Texas.
Who do you know from Texas?
I mean, I don't really know them, but like I know who they are, and like that's already enough, I think, for like
Yeah, but that's not me.
finding someone from Texas. Is Kage. They're in like mall server. I knew them. I met them through like Nibble. They're friends with David. Like it's not hard to find someone from Texas. It's a very populated state, and it's not all right wingers and stuff. I think the hardest one would be somewhere where it doesn't have a lot of people, like Wyoming. Wyoming
I
would
mean,
probably
but
be
like,
on there. How I don't think I've
if I
ever.
didn't look, I wouldn't be heartbroken if I didn't get Wyoming.
That's the
I
thing,
think
though.
for like
Yeah, I could find someone
reasons
from
I'd like to pick up Iowa.
Yeah, Corn and Slipknot. That's why you want Iowa.
I mean,
I think a lot
I
of
have
those.
Washington, but the person I know in Washington is also a shut-in, so
Anyway, let's
I don't
continue
hear
the
much
list.
about Washington.
I'm gonna Scooter Pasha goes in neat, I think. Because that's the kind of person who would say neat. Think of like Percy. Percy always fucking says neat. He's also gonna be the person who says, I'm gonna scoot right past you and whelp. This is the Percy tier.
Uh, that's Percy. Yeah, okay.
Because he's
Let's rock and roll.
he's our Midwest friend. This
Unironically,
is
let's
fun.
rock and roll is something I hear quite often in the circles I run in, considering like I rock and roll.
I think it's cringe. I think this is like a cringe one.
Let's rock and roll. Let's do it.
This is like Marvel dialogue to me.
It's contextual, right?
Yeah, I think of like Marvel, like
When I
Marvel
refer to
cool
like let's
person.
rock and roll, I mean like let's like put on like some rock.
I think of like someone who's cool in like a movie or something, and they say like, "Let's fucking kick some ass." They go, "Let's rock and roll." That's what I think. So I think of it as Snickers.
Well, according to Ansarium, somebody who looks like they would say that then.
I'll put it in Peachy Keen because I think it's in between where we would put it.
Oh, brother.
Oh brother, that's another whelp. This is a neat.
That's a neat, I
It's a neat.
guess, yeah.
Oh brother, you know, living the dream. This is I don't.
Peachy keen. Actually, stinkers. That's
Stinkers, that's a stinkers. Yeah, living the dream. There's so many better ways you can get across like this, either
Exactly, yeah.
sarcastically or like genuine. Like I'm living the dream. Like you can be like, I'm doing pretty fucking good. Or, like living the dream. Like never been better or something. I think never been better is like a better version of living
Never
the
been
dream.
better. Yeah.
It's
Up
never
yours. I think up yours is a solid one.
Up yours. I think is elevated by the fact that it's a part of I think one of the funniest online like crash outs ever. Up yours, woke moralists. We'll see who cancels who. I think that like makes it so funny. I'm gonna put it in kindoffunny.com. Like, am I wrong?
I'm not even gonna argue it. I mean, it is just solid.
It's a good phrase already, and it's elevated by a really funny context.
But even without context, just it's so solid on its own.
It
Like whether
is.
it's coming from like a
Up
big
yours.
person going,
Up
up yours,
yours.
or like somebody little who's looking up and being like, up yours.
Up
Like
yours.
it's always solid.
Up yours, buddy. It's a good one. It's a good one.
Uh-oh, spaghetti-o.
Fucking stinkers. Fuck this one. Fuck, I hate this one. Uh-oh, spaghetti-o.
Spaghetti-o.
Me when I have to
I'm
take
gonna
care of a
start saying
toddler.
I'm
Oh
gonna start
god,
saying
I hate it.
I'm
Put
gonna
a
start
cork in
saying
it. Put a cork in it. Put a
ah,
cork in
you
it.
know what?
This is said by racist
Actual
people.
fiction. This is like pure fiction.
Okay, well,
All the racist people.
I think
Like
I'll put it in pure fiction because we have a couple others that are gonna be coming up that'll fill out this tier. I'll put it in fiction. These kind of have a lot of overlap, I feel, in ways.
I'll be damned.
Oh, this is a good one. Well,
I'll be damned.
Real fucking pioneer out here. Real cowboy out here. I'll be damned. This is a good one.
Stinkers.
Stinker? No, this is a good one. This is like this tells you everything you need to know about the person as soon as they say it. This is a good one. Like you get a character on screen and they say this.
You're like uber American. You're
They-
like the kind of American that like other countries don't like. You're like,
Well, I'll be
too
damned.
American.
This is like a Walton Goggins character type of line. You
I
know?
know, but like they're cool on TV, but as soon as you meet them in person, it's like no.
This is
No.
true. I am thinking in a pure fiction sort of mindset about this, and I'm not thinking about the real life because this is definitely something people say in real life.
So like no, I think the
Stinkers.
stinkers.
All right. Well, this one's gonna go in the racism, like the bad person tier. I don't even think we need to discuss that one. That one's like that's just a slur.
Fucking waggers.
No, you can't say that.
No
more Mr. Nice Guy.
You know what?
This is fiction.
It is stinkers.
No, it's fiction. It's fiction. It's worse than stinkers. It's not real. Nobody says this.
No, but the thing is, people do say it though.
No, they
the
don't.
Problem.
Though. They've never.
Like people don't say it. But people
said
do
this.
I watch a lot of Twitch.
That's for comedic purposes. That's
No,
ironic.
but you get my point. That's what memes are.
Yeah, but it's fiction. Like people say the bee's knees ironically or like in satire, but nobody actually says it. Nobody actually legitimately says no more Mr. Nice Guy. That's a satire.
It's a default statement in humanity at this point.
What does that fucking mean?
My mother fucking said it. It's a very old thing to say. It's been around for ages.
I can't accept that.
Fine.
I can't. Fine. I'll put it in
your
stinkers. I'll put it in stinkers. You're on thin ice, pal. You're on thin ice, pal. Pal's like a buddy.
You know what's the worst part? Word for word, my mother has said that to me.
My mom has said this to me all the time.
Pal included.
I think it's going in this tier.
Alongside
Newsflash, buddy. Like this is like the. I think this is not just like the bad person tier, but just like the really angry in public tier. Like you're like this is the red flag, angry in public, racist tier.
Yeah.
That's rich coming from you. I've said variations of this.
It's peachy keen.
Peachy
It's
Keen.
fine.
I think that's fair.
Everybody says this at some point because at
Yeah.
some point somebody think the pot is calling the kettle black. Whether they're right or not is contextual, but like once again, everybody reaches a point where they say that eventually.
Next we have Hold Your Horses. I don't know.
That feels like fiction.
I'm gonna put it in fiction. Yeah. I don't know. That's another one that I can think of, like a cowboy character saying in like a cartoon or something. I'll be there in a jiffy. This is neat. This is another like Midwestern wholesome
My
dad quote.
grandmother would say that.
Yeah, like this is like old lady core. This is Midwestern dad
You know,
core.
do you want to know what my grandmother's name was?
in a jiffy. I don't know. Agnes?
Mildred.
Mildred. When I was
Yeah.
young, my mom would always say that if I don't behave, Mildred's gonna come and get me.
Well, Mildred was my grandmother, and she looked a lot like those people on like my 500-pound life.
Mildred. Also, it's 600 pound, not 500.
Look, all
Actually.
I know is that like she was in shape. If round was certainly a shape,
She was
but
in
like
shape.
all she did
Not a
was,
good one.
all she did was chain smoke and knit while watching like The Weakest Link.
Oh, this is a good one. Middle of buttfuck nowhere. This is kind of funny.com, right? Middle of buttfuck nowhere.
I probably said it myself. I've heard people say it. I can
I've said it.
recall, like
I've definitely said it. Middle of
I've
buttfuck nowhere.
yeah, I've said it.
I think
Hot
buttfuck is
diggity
just so
dog
good. Buttfuck is a hot diggity dog.
is stinkers.
Yeah, it's a stinkers. Hot diggity dog. This is up there with like No More Mr. Nice Guy, and I'll be damned. I like I'll be damned. But spaghetti on hot diggity dog are kind of like the same for me. Go take a long walk off a short pier. This one's funny, ironically. Like, I think I've said this one joking around before. This is like a Germa quote, or like a Northern Lion quote. It's definitely fiction. It's definitely something that nobody's ever said in earnest.
Cowabunga.
Cowabunga. Yeah.
So you like the first 10 seasons of The Simpsons.
This is a Ninja Turtles quote.
Yeah, but like...
Not Simpsons. You're thinking of
I
Caramba. That's what you're thinking of.
He also said Cowabunga, didn't he?
I don't think he did. This is Ninja Turtles.
Maybe that's just like some very, very weird childhood memory of mine.
I think it's because it sounds like I Caramba that you're thinking of that. But I Caramba, man. I'm Bart Simpson.
Either way, it's a trash statement.
Yeah, no, this is fiction.
I don't
think
people say that.
I'm gonna put fiction.
Get with the program. Honestly, just stinkers.
Stinkers? Fair enough.
Either that or I'd like to speak to your manager.
Yeah, honestly, I was about to say, like, this is something that like a shit ass boss is gonna say to you. Like,
no, this is something like a right wing parent says to a
child. True. Same thing. They say it at home and at their job.
Right.
For crying out loud. This is a good one.
I mean, like, I just feel like it's mid. Like,
I mean, I'm thinking like if someone dropped this in like a monologue in a movie, and like it really like some like down to earth like character writer.
This would not be the high point of the monologue.
It wouldn't be, but it would add a lot to the characterization of them, I think, you know?
Yeah, they'd be
You're killing me for crying out loud, you know?
Okay, like, you know,
I'll put it in Peachy King.
I don't like Adam Sandler.
Okie Dokie's peak. Okie Dokie's like the best one on here.
I think there's something wrong with you.
I literally say Okie Dokie like every day, but I say it with eyes. I don't say it with the EYs.
It hurts me on the inside.
I say it literally. I could literally find you an Okie Dokie that I said to you like yesterday.
I just put it down. I just put it down to you being from New Jersey, really.
I put it down to the puppy dog. It's puppy dog. Okie Dokie. I'm scrolling a bit. I know I said it to you like last night.
Okay.
One second.
Okay. Look what the cat dragged in.
Look what the cat
You
dragged
know,
in.
I don't usually say that, but what I do say is I'm what the cat dragged in. And I look,
That
they
is
usually
good.
look it.
That is good, but I do think this is fiction. I don't
No,
think.
people have said this about me.
Oh,
People have said this to my face.
well, then I'm gonna put it in like stinkers because it's a bad phrase. You know, the one that's probably not
They,
on this
they,
list, but I think is very similar to this is look who finally came out of their room. Look who finally came out of their room. I get that one all the fucking time. Look who's finally emerged. The hermit appears. Like shit like that. I get that shit all the time. Like
yeah, I would get that from time to time in
every
certain
day.
places.
The
People
hermit
have said some
emerges.
wacky shit to me though. Like thinking of that, look what the cat dragged in, just thinking of that statement and thinking like people said this to my face multiple times. I think I worked a job at like some corporate company.com, and the boss, my direct manager at the time, I won't like reveal any names, but he would end every meeting by going like he would stand over everybody, like we're all still sitting in chairs, he'd stand up and be like, go forth and multiply. But then he'd stop and he'd turn to me and he'd go, not you. Not like he's keeping me after the meeting, he's just like, don't go and multiply.
Oh my
And
god,
I
that's so
just think to
mean.
myself, like, this is it, what is this reaction out of people? I'd like to at some point like try and dissect why the fuck people react to me this way.
That's so fucking mean.
I would sit in like 90% of the time at that company, I would be like dead quiet in meetings. I wouldn't say a fucking word. I'd be like
It's
taking
because
my
you have
notes,
long
doing my
black hair.
thing.
That's it.
And then the one time I open my mouth, what's usually like a half an hour meeting turns into like a 3 hour discussion. Like I derail the shit so badly, like the CEO gets called in. I
uh,
just open my mouth once. Like I don't know why I have this reaction on people. They react very extremely to me.
it's weird. It's probably just because
Why?
you look alt. You just have like long black hair and you're quiet.
The
That's
thing is,
that's
I
it.
didn't have long black hair then.
Did you have
That
black
was
hair?
before I dyed my hair.
Oh, before you dyed your hair. Well, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe
Like I
maybe
had natural, like okay, like boring ass brown hair,
I don't know then.
and I don't even think at that time like it was at its longest either. And, you know,
Well, it's a mystery.
but certainly
Unjust.
fucking yellow.
Yellow. Yellow.
This is common here. This
I
is
think it's
super
really
common
common.
here. This
Yeah.
is,
It's neat.
like it's actually one of the slogan things for one of the cellular networks in South Africa. If you
Yellow.
look up like MTN, like they have the whole yellow
I'm starting to get some really bad Wi-Fi
logo
drops
type.
here. Like you're starting to sound like a robot every other like a couple words. It's not like unbearable at the moment, but it is something to keep track of. So I don't want to like get too sidetracked so we can finish this up.
All right, hasta la vista, baby. All right, you like
Yeah.
Terminator?
This has only ever been said in Terminator and then in reference to Terminator.
Yeah. Cat's
Cat got
your
your
tongue.
tongue? There are so many phrases about
Honestly, just
cats.
like
Look at the cat
just Gucci
dragged
Jean.
in.
I like
Cat
cats.
Cat's
I
got your
like cats, but
tongue.
like cat's got your tongue is just like mid.
Curiosity killed the cat. There's a bunch of a ton of ways to skin a cat. So many fucking cats.
Cat's out of the bag.
Cats out of the bag.
Cat's out of the bag. You
Schrodinger's cat.
betcha.
You betcha. This is like a car
I was
salesman.
just saying mid.
Mid? I think that's fair.
Yeah. Like I'll say I would look, that doesn't really come up where I'm from in South Africa, but like I know like I live on media and I just get like the kind of people that would say that do exist because it's like
It's the car salesman.
linguistic trait, right?
Yeah.
Of a certain accent. I just know these people do exist, and it's just a mid thing to say. You
Yeah.
betcha.
Knuckle sandwich. I'm gonna give you a knuckle sandwich. This is like high school
This
bullying.
is high school bully stuff. It's very like, you know what? Any adult who says that, I'd like to speak to
Yeah,
your
this
manager.
is absolutely like if you say this over the age of like 15, you're instantly going in my like
Another, and you know what? We're following it up with another. I'd
Oh,
like to speak to
oh
your
yeah.
manager.
I can't be
One
racist.
after the other.
I can't be racist. I have black friends. A classic. A classic. Oh God. Whoopsie daisy. I say whoopsie a lot. I don't really add the daisy at the end.
I think this is another one of those like boring people phrases, like people who
Whoopsie
don't use the
daisy.
internet say.
That's honestly very true. Like an old lady
Like
who's kind of
these are people who think the internet is TikTok.
yeah. Yeah, honestly. Or like they think the internet is like fucking like the people who the infamous 4chan hacker Anonymous.
Yeah,
A cup of
cup
Joe.
of Joe. I think. Look, I
I'm
drink
sorry.
fast amounts of
I'm sorry, it's
coffee.
going here. It's going here.
I like coffee.
Calling
You
it
want to speak to
Joe?
my manager?
Calling it Joe?
You get
I'm
bored. You
sorry.
say also. This is purely one of those things of like you've had so many cups of coffee, you calling it everything single name in the book.
Yeah.
You can't.
I think being addicted
Coffee
to
is
coffee
a
is a red
lifestyle.
flag. I'm sorry.
Fuck you. Fuck you. I'm addicted to work.
Let's skedaddle. Let's skedaddle. This is like another Midwestern dad phrase, I think.
It's stinkers.
It stinkers. It's one of the
It's stinkers.
it's definitely something that people say. See you later, alligator. Fiction. Fiction. It's fiction.
Son of a gun.
I've heard people say this a lot.
I just think it's stinkers.
It stinkers. It's one of those ones like oh for Pete's sake, where you just don't want to say a bad word. It's like self-censoring. This is
Yeah.
like a Christian phrase. Oh, this one's so good. I'm gonna butcher this pronunciation of a foreign name.
Yeah.
This one is so. I mean, I'm sure you hear this one a lot in South Africa.
Look, in South Africa, there's vast amounts of people that can't pronounce vast amounts of things.
Yeah.
Like, but I would just call this stinkers, but because the person who says it like this is usually a stinkers person.
In America, it's a lot less common to have people with very hard to pronounce names because while we are a very like diverse nation, a lot of it's European, so a lot of the names are very like they're white people names. So they go by like traditional white people pronunciations and stuff, and it's not that hard to piece together the names. So then whenever you get a hard to pronounce name, it's either like a Chinese kid or like some kid from like Nigeria, which is very rare. But like whenever you do have that kid with that name, every fucking teacher you ever have is going to say this. And every YouTuber, whenever they talk about a foreign country or something and they're not used to talking about that, is going to fucking say this. It's such a funny phrase to me. Because I don't live in I don't live in a place where like having to learn a different way of pronouncing things is very common. So I think this is like I don't know. It's definitely not top tier. It's definitely not neat. I don't think it's stinkers.
I think it's stinkers.
I'll put it in stinkers for you because I don't know where else to put it. And then our last one, get a load of this guy. Can I put this in kindoffunny.com?
Fine.
I like this one a lot. Get a load of this guy. This is a good one. That's like fighting words.
I will actually just reserve my opinion.
Get a load of this guy. It's a good one. It's a good one. I think that's like in a video of some guy about to kick another guy's ass. This is something that if you said it, I'm just like hell yeah, you know. Get a load of this guy. It's good. It's a good one.
It's it feels very Rodney Dangerfield to me.
If I put it in a different tier, I'd put it in the bottom tier.
Like, you know who Rodney Dangerfield is?
Vaguely. Oh, this guy. Yes, this guy. He's the comedian. Yeah, him. Oh, yeah. Actually, you're very right.
It's very Rodney Dangerfield.
The guy who does a million one-liners and like set up punchline, set up punchline, set up punchline.
Like he's the unfunniest funny guy.
Yeah, he
I
says a
think
million jokes out. You'll laugh at one.
my most notable like scene of him, my most notable like thing when I think of him is his role in Natural Born Killers.
No, I've never seen a movie with him in it. I only know him for like bits of his stand-up that I've seen online.
Natural Born Killers is a movie that was written by Tarantino and directed by somebody else prior to Tarantino's big blow up with Reservoir Dogs.
Wow.
And Rodney Dangerfield plays a very small role as, like, in flashbacks, the abusive parent of one of the psycho killers.
That's so weird.
That's what I know Rodney Dangerfield for.
Get a load of this guy.
Get a load of this guy.
Get a load of this guy.
I don't know. I can also imagine like Joe Pesci saying it as well.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's what I'm thinking.
So that one really goes on a scale.
That's what I mean. Like it goes either here or here.
Like it's really like.
It is. Like if it's said by Italian American New Yorker, like Joe Pesci, get a load of this guy. It's good. If it's said by Rodney Dangerfield, oh, get a load of this guy. I'm pulling at his collar on his neck. Then it's fucking down here. Get a load of this guy, huh? Yeah, it really changes the context of it. You know, it's a good one. It's a good one for that reason. I'm gonna leave it up here. So, for anyone who wants to say any hot takes about this, any things they'd put differently, the only one I think that should not change is the actual slur that's on the list. If you say that, it should go anywhere else. You're dumb.
Creating the dum-dums now.
Dum-dum. Oh, dum-dum.
They've been down there in the comments from time to time.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I think that's all we have for today. I don't think we have anything else, all right?
That is.
Nothing else?
No, that's it.
Well,
signing off.
Shining off. Everyone, thank you for watching. And if you made it this far, like the video, subscribe, check out the Patreon so you get your name in the credits. You'll be the first one. You'll be the very first one.
Be the first.
Be the first one.
Be the first.
We appreciate.
Riley's first. First subscriber gets to be Riley's first.
No, I already have had a first, depending on how you define first.
Oh my goodness, Riley, you don't even know how to sex. You can cut this part out.
This is bullying. We're done. I'm being bullied on my own podcast. Goodbye. Bye.